This is Dr. Doug Darnowski from St. Therese and Isidore Farm College again. And what I wanted to talk to you about is a really cool, easily to get a good yield from, but also easy to neglect and still do well, plant for your homestead. And this is the maypop, the Passiflora incarnata, that's the Latin name. It is one of the native passion flowers here in Indiana where I live, and it's one of two. The other one is small and it's not that useful for eating, but this one has decent sized fruits, which I'll show you in a second. Here you see the vines, and what we have done over the years is we planted it around our house. When we collect fruits, we get the seeds and we scatter them outside after we've saved the juice, and they have come up all around our house, and they just come up. They take several years before a new cluster will start to bear. But once they start to bear, you can end up with hundreds of fruits. I'm walking over here in the backyard to another vine which has got a lot more fruits on it, and this is kind of a weedy area, but you can see here a couple of nice fruits. Those are about the size of the passion fruits that you buy in the grocery store. Now that's a different species from South America, but the taste on these ones is very similar. The juice is similar. It's kind of a yellowish color, tropical flavor. We save it up and we end up with a few quarts by Christmas time. We could get more than that if we really worked at it, but as I say, this kind of thing you can let sit and be neglected. Now, they're pollinated by bumblebees, so they're really great for bumblebees. You see these two guys resting on this one flower. And the reason it's called the passion flower is that the Jesuits used it to teach the natives in South America, where there are many species of passion flower, about the crucifixion, about Passion Week, this passion flower. So you see the leaves, they kind of look, if you use your imagination, like a hand. That's supposed to be the hands that beat Christ. And then if you look at the flower, well, there are so many of those little purple filaments in the center, it's hard to tell. But trust me when I tell you that there are 10 things that look like petals. 5 of them are actually true petals, and 5 are colored sepals. Sepals are kind of like petals. Those are for the 10 faithful apostles, those who, unlike Peter and Judas, didn't directly deny Christ, even if they ran away. Then there's this ring of these filaments, which are not directly reproductive, but they are attractive to the insects who pollinate, and that's supposed to be the crown of thorns. Then you can see that there are 5 stamens that produce the yellow pollen that are now on the back of the bumblebees. That those stamens are the male parts of the flower, but there were 5 wounds, of course, that Christ had, 1 in each hand, 1 in each foot, 1 in his side. So 5 stamens for the 5 wounds. And then you see just above them a tripartite stigma and style. The stigma and style, that's where the pollen lands and then grows down to fertilize the fruit. You see the tiny little fruit that eventually will become the big ones I showed you earlier. Tripartite, and notice that each one of the parts looks like an old-fashioned Roman nail used for the crucifixion. And there goes one nail through Christ's left hand, 1 through his right, and then 1 for his 2 feet, which were placed over each other. Thus, it teaches us about Christ's passion. You can easily grow this thing. It will grow in poor soils. It's happy, and you just pick these fruits, and you don't even have to pay attention to them. So a wonderful addition to a garden, easy to obtain. Native up to zone 5 in the United States, which is quite a large section in the United States. And if you protected it in the later part of the year, you might even be able to grow it in zone 4. Thanks, God bless, and have a wonderful day.